Hello, we've reached the final workout of week 2, your sensational stretch. Let's begin with the warm-up. Standing at the head of your mat with the feet in parallel, slight softening in the knees, open shoulders, tall spine. Take an inhale, and with the exhalation, nod the chin to the chest and take your first roll forward. Checking in with how your spine feels today. Let the head, the arms feel heavy. Inhale at the bottom. As you exhale, lift in and up through your abdominals and slowly rebuild the spine all the way upright. Open the shoulders, inhale, and exhaling again. Nod the chin, rounding the back and curve the spine all the way forward. Relaxing down. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale, move your pelvis upright, restacking the spine all the way. And open. Let's generate a little bit of heat with your sun salutations. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, swan dive the spine forward over soft knees, folding over the legs, hands either to the floor or your shins as you inhale for a flat back halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands down, stepping back either into a high plank or coming onto your knees. We bring the body weight forward, hug the elbows backwards and lower the chest just off the mat. Untuck the toes and propel yourself forward into upward facing dog. Lift out of the spine. Exhale to untuck the toes and reach the hips high into downward dog. Bending the knees deeply on this first downward dog to pull the hips backwards. Get the longest, stretchiest spine possible. Take a look forward and step your feet 1 and then 2 back to the head of the mat. Inhale, lengthen the spine for your half lift. Exhale, deepen the fold forward. Inhale, spread your arms wide as you lift all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Same again, inhale, reaching up. Exhale, long spine to fold forward. Hands to shins or floor as you inhale for your halfway lift. Exhale to plant the hands down, stepping back into high plank or onto all fours. Bring the body weight forward. Hug the elbows into your waist, lower the body to a hover. Untuck the toes 1 and 2, and then drag your chest through your arms. Lift the heart to the ceiling. And exhale, untuck the toes. Reach the hips up and back and breathe deeply. Spiraling your knobbly bits of your elbows down towards the floor, reaching the tailbone high. Look forward and step forward. Parallel feet. Inhale, lift to the halfway. Exhale, folding down. Heavy head. Inhale, sweep the arms wide to lift up. Exhale, hands to heart. Once more, inhale, reaching wide through the chest. Exhale, long spine to fold down. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, plant the hands, stepping back into high plank or onto your knees. Inhale, go forward. Exhale to draw the body down to chaturanga. Untuck the toes and press the chest forward. Lift the heart to the sky. And exhale into downward dog. Feeling that length in the spine, make sure your elbow joints aren't locking out, so we want them slightly softened. Hug the abdominals around the spine, and as we inhale, we shoot forward, either to high plank or down onto all fours. As you exhale, raise the hips high, find down dog. Again, inhale, drag the chest forward, stacking the elbows over the wrists, the shoulders over the elbows. Exhale, reach back, down dog. And again, bring the body forward. Hover in that plank. From here today, we're going to hover the left toes just off the floor. Nothing changes in your spine or your shoulders. Set the foot down. Same thing other side. Float and lower. And lifting. And lowering. One more. Right side lifts. And lowers. From there, rest your knees to the mat. Maintain that strength you established in your core. Reach opposite arm and leg out. The longest stretch possible without compromising the pelvis, the shoulder stability, your neutral spine. Set the knee and the hand down. Same thing other side. Inhale, stretch the limbs away. Exhale to set them down. And inhale, reaching. Exhale as you lower. And inhale, hug the abdominals up. Lift the body up out of your arm. and down. One more to each side. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, come back in. Last time, reaching. And bring it in. From there, cross your ankles over, roll over your feet, and wiggle down to lie onto your back. Here we go with our series of 5, 3 out of the series of 5 exercises. Breathe in. Exhale, pick one leg up off the mat, followed by the other. Either keeping the head resting down, or on your next exhale, curl the head and chest up. Bring both hands to the top of the right knee. Extend the left leg forward as you hug the right knee close. Breathe in. Exhale, we change. Inhale, exhale to change. Inhale, exhale to change. And reach. And reach. If it's too much, remember to bend the knees. Down. Make it work for your spinal stability. No changing in the lower back. 4, 4, and 3. Double leg stretch. Here we go. Hug the knees in. Now, no changing in the spine. Stretch the legs forward, the arms back. The chest lifts through the arms. Exhale, circle, hug the knees in. Inhale, reach. Remember, there's no compromise from that position in the spine. So if you feel your back arching, take the arms and the legs higher to the ceiling. Circle round. Let's do inhale, 3. Exhale, circle, and 2. And circle. One more, reach. Bring it in. Both hands come to the back of your right calf. Extend the left leg down to the mat and hug that leg towards you. Again, you can do all of this with the head down. Breathe in. Exhale, scissor the legs. Inhale. Exhale, we do 2 little pulses. Pull, pull, and change. Pull, pull, and change. Pull, pull, and change. Pull, pull. Modified is smaller range of movement or bent knees. Just make it work. Breathing deeply for 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Hug the knees into your chest and rest the head down. Great work. All right. I don't think the AC is on in here today. I'm very, very warm. I hope you are too. Stretch the legs out. Reach the arms back overhead. And we've reached our stretching segment. Just let the ribs lift off the pelvis, the toes point, the fingers stretch open. And then from here, let's roll over onto our tummies, coming all the way down to lie flat. What I'd like you to do here is stretch your right arm out like half a T shape. And then the left palm, you're going to plant that directly underneath your shoulder. Squeeze the legs together, hug the abs in, and then press into the left palm so you can roll your whole body onto that right arm. We're aiming for a stretch through the right side of your chest. So you may be able to roll so you're all the way onto the side. You may be angled further down to the mat. Whatever feels good. From there, you're going to draw the left foot up towards your knee. And then you're going to step the left foot behind you. Find the floor. And you can play around where you want to take it, further to the toes, further up towards your bottom. And then press into that left foot wherever you've got it. And then push the left hip forward. So we're opening out through the front of the left hip and the front of the right shoulder. Opening out. And then slide the left leg back on top of the right, rolling over back onto your front. And it's the right palm that comes under the shoulder, the left arm that stretches out. Press into the right hand and then taking again that roll over. Stretching open through the chest. If you want to get a cushion, you could rest your head down. Make sure the neck is staying long on all sides. The right foot comes up to the knee. Then we step it back. Again, playing around, you can have it further towards your foot, further up towards your bottom, more bent, more straight, wherever you feel the best release for the hip. What's important though is that you don't let the pelvis rock backwards. Push the hip forward. Open the knee up to the ceiling. Lengthen through the neck. It's taking a good stretch there. And then close the leg back in, rolling over onto your front. And we'll stack the elbows under the shoulders here. Palms are going to press down flat. Hug the abdominals up to the spine. And then we drag the chest forward, lifting up into a Sphinx pose. Keep drawing those abs in, broadening the collarbones, squeezing the elbows like they could pull back to your hips. From there, sliding the body back down as the hands come under the shoulders. Hug the elbows tight to your waist. pick the belly button away from the mat, and with your next out breath, you press up in one piece onto all fours. From here, take a big step forward with your left foot, way forward. Tuck the tailbone between the legs, and then pressing down, bringing the hands either side of the foot. Now you can either stay in this version of the lunge like last week, or you could try tucking the back toes under, and then without your pelvis popping up to the ceiling, straighten that back knee. And it depends, I actually get a bit of stretch with my knee down, but just to show you a different variation, you could also have the knee up. Find length through the spine. Breathe deeply. And then if your knee is down, just lift it up for me here. And we're going to begin to straighten the front leg. And I want you to really feel as though that left hip crease is being pulled backwards. So your pelvis is remaining square. So we haven't twisted here in the pelvis. At the same time you're pulling the left hip back, roll that right hip forward. Try and drop the right heel down into the mat. And then flex the left foot up off the floor. Yep. If you've got any blocks or anything that you could rest your hands on, some books or something, if the floor seems very far away, that's a good option here. Pull the hip back, find length in your spine. And then from there we flatten the left foot back down. Re-lunge the legs, made up a new word there. And then we're going to pivot round to face the long end of the mat, lifting the bottom up. Now I'm still straight in my right leg. I've flexed the right foot. My left knee is bent, and it's essential here that the heel stays down and this left knee is pointing out to the short side of your mat. If it's knocking in, just press that thigh open and lengthen the spine, taking a lot of weight into your hands here. Now, if this doesn't feel like much of a stretch down the inner right thigh, and you can keep this heel down, this knee pointing out to the short end of the mat, you can let the pelvis drop to the mat here. Okay? Alignment, of course, is number one. So you've got to look after that left knee and ankle and hip. From there, walking over to the other side. So let's all start up, establishing that strong base through the right leg, heel down, knee pointing over the toes. Flex the left foot, come onto your fingertips to establish a long spine, either staying there if you've got that good stretch in the left inner thigh, or allowing your pelvis to drop down without compromising that setup. Keep breathing deeply. You can even encourage that hip to open just by gently pressing into the knee. And then we will pivot around, coming onto the other side, stacking the right knee over the ankle, come onto the tips of the fingers, and remember you've got the option to rest the knee down there if you get a better relief for the hips. Squeeze the left gluteals. Find whichever stretch, maybe do a bit of both. Inhale deeply. Exhale. And then think of your right hip crease being pulled backwards. Dropping the left heel towards the mat. And then flexing the right foot up. Again, remembering if you need books or a block to elevate your hands, then please go grab them. Pull the hip back. Trying to keep a long spine today. Deep, deep breaths in. Long breaths out. From there, we'll flatten the foot down and we'll walk the hands around to the center, coming into a wide-legged forward fold. Now, loads of options here for the hands. You could grab a hold of your ankles here and pull. You could reach the hands forward and bow the chest down if you want more of a shoulder stretch. Or you could link the fingers behind you, close the palms towards each other and fold down, reaching the knuckles up to the ceiling and forward. Bend the knees as much as you need to here, taking deep, deep breaths, reaching the sit bones high. From there, releasing whatever grip you've got and bringing the hands underneath your shoulders. Lengthen the spine and then carefully bring yourself down to kneel onto the mat. Swing the legs around in front of you. For our hip stretch today, you're going to bring the right ankle and cross it over the left thigh. You see my ankle's overhanging the thigh. Flex the toes back I'm just going to change the angle now so you can see better. Bringing my hands behind my body, roll the shoulders open, and I'm lengthening the spine up, trying to keep the flattest back possible. Option to progress this would be to pick your bottom up and move it closer towards your foot. I want you to still keep that length in the spine though. Keep really, really proud across the chest. Stretching open. Breathing deeply, opening out the right hip. And then if you have wiggled your bottom forward, just hop it back again. And we're going to keep the right hand round behind you. The left hand will come to the sole of the right foot, so opposite hand to foot. Keep the length in your spine and begin to kick the right leg into parallel. Now that may be enough as long as your spine stays straight. If you can, begin to kick the foot further into your leg, but keep lengthened through the spine. So I'd much rather see a straight back than a soggy back and a straight leg. And then we begin to twist towards that lifted right leg. Turn and look over your right shoulder. And if you feel you have the balance, you could fly that right arm out, stretching open, breathing deeply. Return the hand back to the mat, de-rotate, and set the right foot down. Pick the left leg up, overhanging the ankle across the thigh. Bring the hands behind you, roll the shoulders open and puff up the chest, broad through the collarbones, long through the back of the neck. Option to progress would be to pick your bottom up, move the hips closer to your right heel, but keep that established length in the spine, open through the chest and the collarbones. Breathing deeply and keep the left foot really active, pulling the toes back towards your shin. Raise the hips up, move your bottom backwards. Bring the left hand behind you, right hand to sole of left foot, and then parallel the leg so that left knee is pulling towards its left shoulder. Press into your left hand, establish your long spine, and then kick that left leg forward, only as far as you can without compromising your lovely long spine. Begin to rotate towards the left, spiraling the spine and look over your left shoulder, and then reach out through your left arm, open across the chest. Keep pulling the left toes back towards your eyes. And then return the hand, de-rotate, set the knee down, and slide the legs forward or your hips back. We'll stretch up long and tall, and as you exhale, fold the body over your legs. And you can hang out here for as long as you like. I hope you've had a good 2 weeks, and we'll look forward to seeing you next week on week 3 of Move with Annie and Grace. Thank you so much.